Hey dolls, welcome back to my channel. This is a picture of what these nails look like. I have sped this up double the normal rate of speed I was going. So I'm just doing this to kind of trim down the footage some so it's not as long as I normally have them. I did have to build up my client's thumbnail because it broke when we were thinning it down to the base. So I'm just going in with my OPI Band-Aid here and doing all 10 nails, 2 coats. I already did my, oh, that's what I'm doing here, sorry. This is my acid-based primer, okay? So as I say all the time, you should wait till this is mostly dry to go in with your thin clear base if you're doing one, or with your acrylic. If you have an acid-less primer, you can go in while it's still damp. I like to do 2 nails at a time. So here I'm just going in with my number 12 oval aqua Kolinsky brush, excuse me, it's early. And I'm just doing a thin clear base of my Mia Secret Clear so I have something to file back down to. Here I've put one of my nail forms on and I'm just going in at the free edge and building that out to the number 2 line. And I do go back in and file this nail and clean off all the dust and go over it with my colored acrylic. This is a temperature changing acrylic from Glam&glitz. It's a beautiful glitter one called Backfire. It goes from like a maroon color to a darker, very pretty maroon color, and it has glitter in it. So I'm just building my thin clear base here. This client of mine in particular, she has a beautiful, beautiful C curve to her nails naturally. So I just like to make sure that, you know, the whole nail is covered because as you can see, just by looking at her nail, she has a very strong C curve. And I love that. I think that's very feminine. Not many people have it. If you do have it, you're very lucky because a lot of people, you know, do a lot of work to get that C curve in their nails. They make tools to do that kind of C curve, so I'm just kind of building that free edge up a little bit so I have enough of a ledge there to build on top of. So that's all you see me doing right here. And I hope you ladies are enjoying my videos recently. I'm trying to get a lot of them out to you all and do them as good as possible. I'm just finishing up here with my thin base. So that's what I'm doing here. Just kind of pushing that down in the back a little bit. Sometimes if the bead is not wet enough, it'll kind of stay a little thicker in one place. So you just got to make sure you push that out fast enough. And I'm just adding a little bit more to that free edge. So I go back in with my second coat of primer onto the 2 nails. I do go in on the 3rd nail because that's how fast I'm working. With my thin clear base, I've kind of gotten it down to the point where I don't really need to go back over it so much. I've gotten it down to like a science now. It just works for me. As you can see, I push out to one side, pull down, pat, 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 pull down, and then I come into the center and pull. See? Pat, pat, pull. If you need to clean up your edges, then you can do that. Wipe your brush. Always make sure your brush is super clean in between. So I'm just laying my thin base, pull, pat, 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 pull down your center. If anybody needs any tips or wants to see a certain video in particular, just let me know. This is Backfire. It's a glitter color changer, like I said. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. I've gotten a few new colors. My sister, Whisper the Wolf, got me some new colors. That's my sister. If you're not subscribed to her, please definitely go over and do so and check her out. I love my sister to death. She's definitely been there for me when nobody else has and helps me with a lot of my products. So I love you, sis. Getting back to the nail, so I just go back in here at the cuticle. I push out as close to the skin as possible without touching it. Push out to the other side, pull down, and then I pull down my center. I know I do go in and add another bead of this, I believe, at the cuticle area. I'm just cleaning up my edges there. Sometimes I go in with my nail just to make sure there's none on the side walls there on the skin. So yeah, I do go back in at the cuticle area with one more bead, and then I just clean up my sides. I will say this time and time again. You never want to get monomer on the skin. If you do, clean it off. There's lots of nail techs on here. There's one in particular. I'm not going to say no names, but she goes all over the skin with her brush. Like she's wiping more of the finger than the actual nail. That's not okay. It's also never okay to go on the natural nail with a e-file. It doesn't matter how slow the speed is. That is the number one thing they teach you in nail school. That is too rough for the nail. Yes, nail salons are doing it, but they're not supposed to. They do a lot of things they're not supposed to do. And they also skip a lot of steps. That's why you're able to get in and out of there in 45 minutes or less. A normal set of nails can take anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on the design. So I just want to let that be known. I'm going in here with Kay Lange's glitter mix. It's called Platinum Ice. My client absolutely adored this glitter mix, and it looked beautiful on these nails. I only did it on the ring finger and the pointer, and it just came out stunning. I really like the contrast with kind of like the chameleon flakes in there and the butterflies. So thank you so much, Krista. My client loved your mix. So again, back to what I was saying, please just never ever use your e-file on the client's natural nail. You will only achieve damaging their nail plate, fracturing their nail plate, and thinning their nails out to the point where they can't recover, or it will take forever for them to recover. Anyways, now that I've ranted long enough, I'm sorry. It's very important that you guys know that. I never do that. I use a hand file. I use my 180 grit side for that. And then I use my 100 grit side to file down the nail to even it out after I've gone in with my e-file over the acrylic. So here I'm just finishing up the coverage, and I go back in with this glitter mix. See how it's changing color already? It's so pretty. So I go in on the pointer with this glitter mix, and there's those butterflies. They're so pretty. And then I do it on the ring finger, like I said. And then there's one of those diamonds, the 3D diamonds. This glitter mix is so pretty. I had to mix it up and use it. Like, particular glitter mixes that I fall in love with, I always mix them up right away with acrylic. So I'm going in on my thumb here. I'm just pushing out to my side, pulling down, pushing, 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 making sure that back line is even near the cuticle, and pulling my product down. You want to make sure that your sidewalls are, tucked in. You don't want a fat, wide nail, and you don't want it to be like thinner at the top and wider at the base. I had that issue a lot when I first started, but I've gotten much, much better with my acrylic application. So you're going to pat, 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 pull, and then pull down your center. Okay? You're going to clean up your sidewalls if you need to. And that's what I'm doing with my nail, my brush. Okay? And then I'm going to take a little bit, go on the free edge there, pull down, and then flip my brush backwards and pull back up. And I do go in with another bead, I believe, at the cuticle area. And it's already changing color. It's so beautiful. Yes, I do. So I get as close to that cuticle as I can without touching the skin. And then I go pat out to my sides and pull down. You can pull down each side before you pull down your center. Whatever works best for you. Like, as long as you're pulling down your sides for the most part first, you're always going to get a lovely, beautiful, tapered nail. So I put my bead there near the cuticle. I pat, 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 pull down my sides, and then I'm pulling down my center. You want to make sure you're wiping your brush all throughout application, because you do not want a acrylic filled brush, because that will make your nail, you just won't be able to apply the acrylic properly. So just add a little bit more at that free edge. This nail in particular is very, very C-curved. I love her nails. They're just so beautiful. So I'm just finishing up on this second hand, and I really hope you guys like this color. It's one of the new colors that my sister got me. I got a couple other ones as well, along with some color changing gel polishes that I will share soon as well. Look at those 4-point stars. Aren't they gorgeous? I just love them. So I will let you guys watch the rest of this. If you have any questions, just pop them below. And I hope you all enjoyed. I love you all so much. Don't forget to hashtag more love, no hate. Hashtag more love, less hate. And I will see you all in my next video. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get notified every time I make a new video. Other than that, thank you to all my loyal subbies. And don't forget to drop a like, guys. Love you all. I will see you in the next one. Bye now.